Hello. 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 I'm trying to see if my microphone is. Oh, haha. It is. Yay. Microphone. Okay. It's working. Okay. Huh.
Let me go back to my regular self. Hello and welcome to the most offensive church this side of the universe, the party pit. Yeah. And here at the party pen, we normally read this great ass book called God Said What, but that is not the book we're reading right now here in the daytime. We're reading a book called Shit God Didn't Say for 200, Alex. We are reading the Ethiopian Bible. Shit that God didn't say. I need to write that on this book. Shit God didn't say. Jew Journal. The Jew Journal of Shit God Didn't Say. That is this book. And we are reading it. Why are we reading it? Because I'm a bit of a masochist. I enjoy punishing myself with words. So that's like where we're at right now in life. I am punishing myself on camera for things I didn't do or am about to do, or some shit happened and I got left holding the bag, so now I have to read this book. Something like that. Although, you know, I guess I don't have to read it, but other people bought this book in anticipation that it was going to mean some shit, but it did not mean some shit. Well, well, it's actually not like anything anybody has ever. Wait, what is that? Okay, so now we're gonna share this to a few people because mostly I forgot, and uh, again, nobody knows I'm live this early because I didn't tell anybody because I lose my mind a lot. Yeah, it's a thing that happened. But we're and also people might not know I'm live because I changed my name yesterday. But I changed it to something simpler and easier because it turns out that um it turns out what does it turn out? It turns out I'm actually good at this stuff, so I can um take myself more seriously on my channel. So, you know, taking myself more serious so I have a more serious name. Yeah. Well, because before it's like, well, I don't think anybody's gonna show up anyway. And then people began to show up. And my name is so fucking long. My name was so long. I shortened it to the Bible Lady. And it turns out I'm the Bible Lady. There that name was so easily taken. It was weird. I did not expect that because, Bible lady is a term that anybody who reads the Bible is called Bible lady. But it was mine and I took it. So I got asked a question yesterday. It was like, what makes you the way you are? And I'll tell you, Barney, Power Rangers, ICP, Cradle of Filth, and Typo Negative, mixed with some wrestling, some Attitude Era wrestling. You know, the wrestling of I don't give a fuck and prison. And well, I was in juvenile hall and then I was in prison. That's what made me. But mostly Barney and Power Rangers. So, and ICP. I've probably been listening to ICP longer than I watch Barney or Power Rangers. But I loved that show, Barney. It was my favorite show after school. Yep, I'd watch it. And I'd be like, I love you. You love me. I don't have a family. Even though I did have a family, and I would never sing that. I had a mom and a dad. I was awesome. So, okay. So, I guess, yeah, we're on chapter 6. I'm gonna, I'm gonna get through this because I can already read the first word, and it's like bullshit. But whatever, we're just gonna go with bullshit. But again, Miss Muddy is gonna be here. I have a feeling she's gonna be here because this is also her book. Well, she bought it. She bought the other one, so she has it, and she could be like, "You're fucking wrong, Sage," and I'll be like, "I am fucking wrong. Let's read it again." But Miss Muddy hasn't come yet, and well, I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know. So I just want to say this Noah teaching regeneration, that is not a thing. Noah Noah didn't preach. No, Noah didn't preach. Okay. By hospitality and godliness, Lot was saved out of Sodom. That's not true. That is not true. That is not what happened. God remembered Abraham, and that's why Lot was saved. Lot was saved because God remembered Abraham. And it tells us that. As a matter of fact, we just read that yesterday. And then I said, well, how did God do that when he just already saved Lot? But why did he save Lot? Because he knew Abraham and that this this hospitality and goodness, that is not a thing. Okay. When all the countries round about, hi Cheer Factor, are you here? Because I've literally got through one sentence. I've been talking mad shit this whole time. Actually, I was not talking mad shit at all. It was literally for a minute. I was talking mad shit because this is not what happened. And the Bible told us last night this is not what happened. God saved Lot because he remembered he was friends with Abraham. Hi, Sheer Factor. I'm glad you're here to help me get through this. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. So, uh, okay. I know what's happening, except for no, I don't. But if I did know what was happening, it wouldn't be this. Okay. So, hospitality and goodness, this fucking lie was not saved from Lot was not saved because of that. He was saved because Abraham was God's friend and Lot was Abraham's nephew. Okay. And the and when all the country round about was destroyed by fire and brimstone, the Lord thereby making it manifest that he will not forsake those that trust in him, but will bring the disobedient to punishment and correction. For his wife, who went with him, being of a different mind and not continuing the same obedience, was for that reason set forth for an example, being turned into a pillar of salt. Yeah, but people were like, what the fuck? Yeah. They're like, pick her up, we're gonna put her on her food. Okay. So all men may know that those who are trouble minded and distrustful of the power of God are prepared for a condemnation. Condemnation. Wow. Have I ever seen that word before? Wow, that did not look like what that said, but okay. So, she was turned into salt, so all men may know that those who are double minded and distrustful of the power of God are prepared for condemnation. Except for no, they're not. They try to make other people's sin worse so you forget about them. That is the thing that these terrible ass fucking people do. And to be a sign to all succeeding ages by faith, by faith and hospitality was Rahab, the harlot, saved. Uh, well, mm, but definitely by faith. And I don't know if it was hospitality because it was a very rushed job. But okay, we'll say this. We'll say this one because maybe. Okay. So, by faith and hospitality, Rahab the harlot was saved. For when the spies were sent by Joshua, which is my favorite character in the Bible, by the way, he's the only guy that has ever told God no and not got punished for it. He is a motherfucking badass. If God's like, okay, you know that's a badass motherfucker. I can't. He's my favorite character of the Bible because he told God. Because God was like, should this guy leave? And Josh was like, I ain't going nowhere. And God was like, okay, this guy can stay. He's a good guy. Okay. So Joshua sent to search out Jericho, which the Jericho is going to end up the city of David, I believe. But we're just going to keep going. To search out Jericho. And the king of Jericho knew that they had come to spy his country. He sent men to take them, so they might be put to death. but they are terrible rat snakes with cockroach legs. They weren't able to be captured. Rahab, therefore, being hospitable, received them and hid them under stalks of flax on the top of her house. And when the messengers that were sent by the king came to her and was like, "Sup, yo, hey, these dudes were here." And she's like, "No, they're not. They went over yonder a little way. You should go that way and look for them." She answered, "Yeah, they went, uh, not discovering them unto them," because that's a sentence. Then she said to the spies, oh, yeah, she did say this. Uh, then she said, I know that the Lord your God has given this city to your hand, for the fear of you is fallen upon all that dwell there. When therefore ye shall have, this is a stupid sentence. Therefore you shall have taken it, you will save me and my father's house. And they was like, bet, just make sure whoever you want to stay stays in your house. Because if they leave your house, we're killing them. And the blood's on you. So she got her daddy, she got her best friend, she got her brother, she got her mom, she got her best friends, and all of them was holed up in Rahab's house. But you got to put this red cord right. We know not to get it. And they was like, say, sheaving here thereby, that by the blood of our Lord there should be redemption to all that believe and hope in God. You see, beloved, how there was not only faith, but prophecy too in this woman. What? How? Ooh, what are they even talking about? Is it because she said, I know that God gave you this place, but they were going all over the place, taking places. So I don't think that's really a prophecy. I think that's just a thing she knew because they've been killing everybody. So I don't know. But Sheriff Hector, are you still here? What do you think? Like, what do you think about this? Because that Rahab story is real. That really did happen. But I don't know what he's talking about. Uh, son of a bitch. I don't know what he's talking about when he's like hospitality and prophecy. Oh, well, no, it was faith and prophecy. So she had faith they weren't going to kill her. She's like, whatever. Just save my life. It could have been she was hearing about these people and the shit they were doing. And then she saw them and saved her own life and her family's life. Because she's like, if I'm nice to these guys, they're not going to kill me. So she was nice to these guys and they didn't kill her. But, and Rob, if he's saying, oh, that's exactly what he's doing. This is where the Mormons get that shit from. Okay. Rahab was not one of these terrible ass. She wasn't a rat snake with cockroach legs. She was just a regular person. And then he's saying that she is a prophet. Like she knew this stuff because she was a prophet. So you, the Gentile, like Rahab, could also be a prophet. And then you could call yourself Mormon and pretend you're a fucking prophet because everybody else falls into your mental illness with you. So, yeah, it's a super great thing. Rahab was not a prophet. She wasn't a prophetess either. She was someone that wanted to save her own life. And she took her own life into her hands. That's exactly what happened. She wasn't a fucking prophetess. And by him saying things like this non-Jew was a prophet. You, non-Jews that I'm teaching the law to, can definitely be a prophet and call yourself Mormon. It'll be a thing. Sorry, I was switching laundry. Didn't hear what you said. It's okay. I'm supposed to be switching my laundry, and I don't even know. Oh, I do know. What do you think about him calling this non-Jew a prophet in front of other non-Jews? Even though the story of Rahab, she was a whore, not a prophet. And Clement, this guy writing this stupid book, is saying Rahab was a prophetess. She was faithful and a prophetess. Except for she's faithful that they're not going to kill her because God told them to kill everybody. But she's like, if I'm nice to you, you won't kill me. And then Clement here is like, she's also a prophet. So she's not a prophet. She pays attention to the news. So I don't know. But we are going to go to chapter 7. Do you got time for one more chapter, or you got to go do your laundry? You probably got to go do your laundry. But if you're folding your laundry, you probably got time for one more story. I'm ignoring my laundry for one more story, I think. Oh, I've only been on here for a half hour. I got an hour. So we'll do some more stories. Okay. So now we're on chapter 7. Let us, therefore, humble ourselves, brethren, laying aside all pride, boasting, foolishness, and anger. Let us do as it is written. For thus says the Holy Spirit, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, nor the strong man in his strength, the rich man in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in the Lord, to seek him, and to do judgment and justice, above all, remembering the words of the Lord Jesus. Here we go. This is the third time he's mentioned Jesus' name. Although he did talk about the blood of the man. So maybe this is the fourth time he's mentioned Jesus. And let's see how he butchers what Jesus said. Because again, this guy was not with Jesus. Just like Paul was not with Jesus. So anything Paul says has nothing to do with Jesus. Anything that's in that, what the fuck is this book? That's the third book. It starts at Acts and it's called What the Fuck Is This? It's after Jesus Who? But then it's called What the Fuck Is This after that, starting with Acts. Because what the fuck is this? So Let's see what this guy says Jesus said. This is so hard. Okay. Which he spoke concerning equity and long suffering, saying, be merciful and obtain mercy. Forgive, and you are forgiven. As you do, so it shall be done to you. As you give, so shall it be given to you. As you judge, so shall you be judged. As you are kind to others, so shall God be kind to you. With that measure ye mete, with the same shall it be measured to you again. By this command and by these rules. What? So he used the word kind. He didn't say nice. Everybody says Jesus is nice. Jesus is not a nice guy. Have you ever fucking met him? He is kind. So this Clement has got this right in that book of Jesus is kind. Be wary of false prophets. Did you know? Let me finish chapter 7 and I'll tell you. Just when I get finished with this, write pretend prophet so I remember what to tell you. Because it's kind of funny, but it's not. Okay. So it shall be measured to you. By this command and by these rules, let us establish ourselves so we may always walk obediently to his holy words. Except for none of you fucking do. Quit it. Being humble minded, for so says the Holy Scripture, upon whom I look, even upon him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, that trembles at my word. It is therefore just and righteous, men and brothers, that we should become obedient to God rather than follow such as through pride and sedition have made themselves ringleaders of a detestable emulation. Okay. For it is not ordinary to harm that it is not an ordinary harm that we shall do ourselves, but rather a very great danger that we shall run if we rashly give up ourselves to the wills of men who promote strife and seditions, to turn us aside from that which is fitting. But let us be kind to one another, according to the compassion and the sweetness of him that made us. You've obviously never met that guy. Or you've never told him no. Yeah, he's not sweet. See, this is the thing. They write sweet on God and Jesus' forehead, and they try to do fucking clever things thinking they're sweet because they tattooed that on their forehead and it says, I'm sweet, which means take advantage of me. And I'm telling you, God does not have sweet written on his forehead. He does not. And neither did Jesus. Could you imagine if somebody tried to fucking treat Jesus sweet? Jesus would be like, are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck away from me. What do I look like? I have sweet tattooed on my forehead? Are you kidding? Get the fuck away from me. Jesus was not nice, nor was he sweet. Not even a little bit. I'm telling you, Jesus was not. He was not this. Jesus was a gangster. He was the OG, original gangster. Jesus gave no fucks about nobody. He's just like, are you doing what the 10 Commandments? Are you doing the right things? Well, then you're fine. Go away. And then, like, if you weren't, he'd be like, well, you're fucking up. Go follow the 10 Commandments. And then he would see somebody sick and he'd be like, you're not sick no more. And keep moving. He never stayed to do things for people constantly. Because if he did, we would have heard about it. Period. Okay. Okay. According to the compassion and the sweetness of him that made us. For it is written, the merciful shall inherit the earth. What? No, 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 no. See what I'm saying? This shit is so hard to get through. Because this is not right. They're expecting people to never read the Old Testament. And nobody ever reads the Old Testament. And then reads the Old Testament. And then reads this book. Or, I mean, reads the Old Testament. Then reads the story of Jesus. Not the story of Jesus. The book. What the fuck is this? From Acts forward. If you read the Old Testament and then you read that, you would see how Paul is fucking lying to you. And if you read the Old Testament and read this shit, you will definitely know God did not say this because they write it wrong on purpose, hoping people will never learn to read. But because somebody who thinks they're an authority said it, they don't got to read it. They don't need to fucking fact check any of this because some guy they think is better than them said what the Old Testament said, so they don't have to read it. I read the Old Testament for fun because it's the best fucking book ever. And God didn't say any of this. It's the meek shall inherit the earth. Be merciful, and it will be shown mercy to you. But this is not what God said. It's not the merciful inherit the earth. It's the meek. The merciful will receive mercy. Or whatever. I read the Sermon on the Mount all the time. And the Sermon on the Mount ain't for these people. This is stupid. This is stupid. And I'm sorry, Sheriff Hector. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep it moving. And they that are without evil shall be left upon it. But the transgressors shall perish from off the face of it. And again he says, I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like the cedar of Lebanon. I passed by, and lo, he was not. I thought this place, but it cannot be found. Keep innocently and do the things that is right, for there shall be a remnant of to the peaceable man. Let us, therefore, hold fast to those who religiously follow peace, and not to such as only pretend to desire. That's every single fucking God person ever. Look, the church is bad for that. For he says, For he says, in a certain place, this people will honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Every church person ever. Look, they don't know. They don't know that they don't know. They don't know that they don't know, and they're just going along with bullshit. Because they don't read the book themselves. And again, they bless with their mouths, but curse in their hearts. And again, he says, they loved him with their mouths, and with their tongues they lied to him. For their heart was not right with him, neither were they faithful in his covenant. Let all deceitful lips become numb, and the tongue that speaks proud things, who have said, our tongue will prevail, our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy. Now will I arise, says the Lord. I will set him in safety. I will deal confidently with him. Okay. So, what do we think about that? Oh, yeah, the pretend prophet. When I started making videos 8 years ago, because I just made videos on Rumble and BitChute, I used to call myself a pretend prophet because I thought it was funny. It's like, I'm your pretend prophet. But then Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell happened. You know what they did to those kids. If not, I I don't recommend looking it up because what they did to those kids was fucking terrible. And they were her kids. But the thing is the guy that was with her was a prophet. Prophet. You know, they're fucking Mormons. They all think they're prophets. But all their books, they just rewrite Revelations and add shit in there. But whatever. Um, so anyway, I used to call myself a pretend prophet. But Dustin put the kibosh on that because of the Mormon prophets doing terrible things to children. He's like, stop calling yourself that. So then I just started calling myself Nikki K the Great because I told my daughter, you are in the humble abode of Nikki K the Great. And she told me to shut up. Yeah, but that whole pretend prophet thing, I tried to go by that. I really did. But Dustin said, no, no, do not call yourself that. But the mad preacher is my cousin. And I tried to get him to not go by the name preacher. But he's so brave. He went by the name preacher. I don't know. But I do know this word magic is getting way too complicated when you can't use words because of other people. It's a real problem. And I didn't put that together until just now. It's really fucked up that you can't use words because other people made them bad words. Which there's no such thing as a bad word except for when you lie on God. Those are bad words. But I don't know. But we are at 40 minutes and I do got to do a bunch of shit. But while I have you here, Sheriff Hector, is there anything you want to know or anything that you that has been on your mind that you've been wondering? Maybe I can answer it. I am a sage. I know things. And I think sage is better than pretend prophet. Yeah. I do. Because sage fits. Because I'm a sage. I know things. I can see you. What exactly is a sage? A prophet, but only cooler. You know, like the old hermit guys or ladies that have the big gray hair and they live in a cave, but they know things. I'm like one of those. I'm a hermit that lives in my cave and I know things. You know, it's usually the prophet. There's somebody chatting in my chat and I can't see it. Oh, it's Miss Mud Duck. Hi, Miss Mud Duck. When did you get here? Yeah, why can't I see you? Okay. Oh, I have frontal lobe damage. I have uh, parietal head damage. I have uh, a giant blood clot that was taken out of the back of my brain, so I'm missing a fourth of my brain. Uh, what else? I think, well, there was a lot of other injuries other than my brain, but my brain injuries are the ones that don't go away. And probably my brain injuries make me think I'm a sage and I can talk to God. But it's entertaining nonetheless, right? But I have frontal lobe damage and side brain damage. It's called parietal something or other. In the same area where your hippocampus is. I got a lot of damage there. Oh, shit. Yeah, severe head trauma is no fucking joke, man. Did you get shaken baby syndrome too? That's what I should. All of it is pretty much shaken baby syndrome. Yeah. But it mimics fetal alcohol syndrome. But it's shaken baby syndrome. But because my brain is so active all the time, I don't think it got really as broke as it could have. Because I'm a thinker. I'm always thinking. Miss Muddy, are you still here? So did you have a car accident? Cause I can almost guarantee it probably wasn't what happened to me. Because what happened to me was stupid. I got beat up by dudes in work boots. I have no job. That's what they get. I think that people. Yes, I was in an ATV accident. Holy shit. So you really got it. Man. Yeah, no, I would never want to be in an ATV accident. Shit, that's crazy. So do you freak out a lot too for no reason? Because I freak out a lot for no reason. It's terrible. I can see you. What are we at over here? Are we at an hour? Almost. I have met several other. Spaz is here. Hi, Spaz. Well, I've met several other people with head trauma, and we are very different. Yeah, I can't meet people with head trauma. The last three people I've met with head trauma are faking it. They shit all over themselves. They treat people bad. They pee all over themselves. They treat people bad. And it's like, no, you're fucking faking it. Because people hear brain trauma and they just, oh, I lost function in my bowels. I can't talk right. Yeah. And you know they're faking it. Like, I have a lot of head trauma and that no. There's no way that you can function and you can talk like this. There's no, what do you mean you shit on yourself? What? That's stupid. So I can't meet people with head trauma because they're faking it. But that's just me, and that's because I'm a brutal fucking person. And they say my neurosurgeon or neurologist says you just you gotta accept people the way they are. And it's like, yeah, but they're faking it though. They're like, how do you know they're faking it? Because you can just look at them and tell they're faking it. There's no reason to shit on yourself. So I got to stay away from people with head trauma because I don't know. Apparently, they could have that problem and be able to talk. Although I've never seen it. Yes, that's why I have the party pen. Dustin has his own living room, and the kids have their own bedroom, and I have this giant storage space. And this is where I stay with you guys. Hi, Spaz. Do you got any questions for me? Yes, yes, absolutely. Because there's also other people without brain injuries that think these people are milking it. And they think they're milking it just to be spiteful. And it's like, why are you even sticking around for this person that does these things to you? Brain injury or not. If they can write their name, they can be by themselves. That's just how I see it. Although I can understand having to be babysat, I have seizures a lot. I just enjoy being here. I enjoy that you're here. Yeah, it you would think that it would be easy. Like, I'm not saying having a brain injury is easy because it's not, because I freak out a lot. I have seizures. I have to be in a separate room than everybody else. I can't really go into public. because I have another personality in my head that I gained from my brain injuries that likes to embarrass me and act irrational in front of groups of people. They have me on medication for that, but I still can't be in large groups of people because I immediately have to be embarrassing for some reason. So that's why I can't go in public. But I hang out with you guys, and you guys take my awkwardness. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't need anybody else. And sometimes nobody shows up. So then I'm stuck talking to myself, but I'm kind of amusing. Because sometimes I watch these things back and I'm like, God, I'm an idiot. I'm so funny. I make myself giggle. Did anybody else watch Barney the Dinosaur? Or am I literally the only person on the planet that's watched Barney the Dinosaur religiously? When I was younger, that was my favorite show. What does anybody else like Barney the Dinosaur? But, you know, it's on point though, because he became a Kama Sutra sex therapist and I became a weirdo. Kind of fits. I hate that purple fucker. Yeah, see, he was my favorite. No, it's okay. It's okay. What about the Power Rangers? Did anybody watch the Power Rangers? I love that show. I tried to watch it again the other day, a Power Ranger episode, and I was like, man, why did I like this? Oh, man. Damn. Well, those are the two of the things that made me the best. And then it was ICP, Typo Negative, and Cradle of Filth. With Simon and Garfunkel mixed in there because I love that fucking band. I heard that they're communists, but that doesn't change how good those songs were. Like, does anybody else like Simon and Garfunkel, or is that another only me thing? Because I'm a fucking weirdo, man. I'm so strange. Oh, I did watch Inspector Gadget a couple times, but I also like. Does anybody remember that Mighty Max show where the hat would make a portal and he had a giant owl for a friend? See, I never got into Mr. Rogers. Oh, was he amazing? I can imagine that he was amazing. Yeah, you can't tell. I got little Jimmy Juggalo back here. He's in his MAGA hat. I don't know if Juggalos are MAGA or not, but this Juggalo is a MAGA. He's right in front of Trump's mugshot. Yeah, I love being a Juggalo. Damn, you really can't see him. Okay, now you can. There he is. I made him out of a sweater, a bunch of stuff that made him fat, and then a pillowcase. Yep. Are you a juggalo spaz? Yeah, it was a red hat and it had space portal, and there was a giant owl. I don't know. It was the weirdest show, but there's a lot of people that have never heard of that show. It was like a Saturday morning thing before school. You'd wake up at like 6 in the morning for school, and it would be on. I was a deadhead. Dustin's mom is a deadhead. Like, she fucking loves that. But there is one song by the Grateful Dead that I just sing all the time. Driving a train, high on cocaine. I was like, oh, that's the best song. Man, I fucking love it. Yeah, Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And you think you know you lost your mind. Something like that. I don't know the exact words. I just sing the driving a train, high on cocaine. that is that that is a really good song for no reason. Is that the words? Better watch that wheel. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And then I don't know the rest of the words from there. What's your guys' favorite band? Spaz, what's your favorite band? Heck, Sheriff Hector, what is your favorite band? Oh, Spaz, you gave me something yesterday. I don't, was it shades or something? I don't think I ever told you thank you, but thank you a lot. Because to tell you the truth, that sounds like I'm about to lie, but I'm not. No, Dustin didn't want me to give Matt $25 to buy my channel. Because I can buy my channel for $25 a month. So that's what I did. And Dustin's like, I don't want to pay that. I'm like, no, but you can make money. And he's like, you're not going to make enough money to pay for your channel. Yeah, probably not the first month or the second month, but you gave me those things. And then it made me go to like $15, I think. So Dustin is kind of being okay with me buying my channel. So I want to thank you for that because it's helping me prove my point that sometimes you gotta pay to make money. So that's I want to say thank you for that because that got me closer to Dustin being like, okay. because not only do I have to argue with Dustin on why this is a good idea, but I also have to argue with my dad on why this is a good idea. So I have to argue with two men to make my point, you know? Like my dad gets it sometimes, but then he doesn't get it other times. Hey, Neil, welcome. I don't know how to get this better. Let me. Oh, my stomach is growling. Uh, Something's happening. Damn. I don't know. Oh, hi. Welcome, everybody. Oh, there is a Ray. Let me say thank you and hi, everyone. I want to welcome everybody. Um, Normally, well, we was reading the Ethiopian Bible. Um, but we have finished reading that, so now we're just bullshitting because there's nothing else to do except for my laundry that I'm not doing. Yes, yes, please do that. Thank you. Prairie Fire, it's nice to see you. Q cat for truth. Yes. So, I guess. Um, so did anybody here ever watch the Power Rangers? Or actually, you know what? Ha- What's everybody's favorite band? And Spaz, if you told me your favorite band, I did not see it. So you want to say what your favorite band is again? Hi, welcome. What's your favorite band? Power Rangers were after my time. Man, I'm aging myself. No, it's okay. I just turned 40. I was right at the end of Power Rangers. Boston, The Grateful Dead, Slayer, Iron Maiden, and Megadeth. Those are Dustin's favorite bands, also. Yeah, thank you, S. Jones. What about your guys' favorite colors? And again, we're normally reading the Ethiopian Bible, but I I was only going to be on here for an hour, but now I'm on here for an hour and 4 minutes. Oh, Jethro Tull is a good one, and The Who. Oh, and Pink Floyd. Okay, Floyd, Jethro Tull, Alan Parsons, and The Who. The Who is really good. The Guess Who is also really good. Blue is my favorite color. Pink is my favorite color. I love it. I love the color pink. What about what about you, Spaz? What's your favorite color? Is it red or yellow? Oh, I just noticed there's a lot of new people in here. Well, I didn't just notice that, but I did just notice that, and I never introduced myself. I am the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Grit. Haha. You can just call me Sage, or you can call me Nikki. They're on YouTube. They call me Nick. They call me Sage, but you could also call me Nikki. Joe Bonamessa. I don't know who that is. Does anybody know who that is? Oh, that's a blues singer, ain't it? Because you like blues music. Yeah, that's a great idea. Wow. Spaz, I thought you were talking about Xanax. I was about to have a whole thing about Xanax, but then I remembered you really do like the blue pills. His blues, wicked guitar talent, been around about 20 years. Okay, so I figured it was a blues singer. I see, I'm so smart. See, I'm getting to know you guys pretty well. So I guess my next question is, if you were to hang out in the party pen, uh, what kind of animal would you be? We are all dressed like wolves. We fit in to get in, right? But we are different animals. And we are just dressed like wolves to go into the world. So what animal would you want to be? It's great. Okay. Drive. Check out the song Drive. You might look, look, she said the same thing, Neil. Or he. I don't know if Prairie Dog is a girl, but she said the same song right now. I'm a dude. Okay, cool. Man, okay. I didn't mean to misgender you. Actually, I could have just pushed me over, like you fucking asshole. Yeah, I want to be a tardigrade. Okay, you be a tardigrade dressed like a wolf. Man, that'd be so cool. Cause you'd be like a little worm thing. Yeah. Could you imagine like a wolf like going across the floor like a snail? Oh, that'd be so cool. Okay. Well, it's okay. I'll remember you're a boy tardigrade. I'll remember that probably. But if I don't remember that, no, I'll remember that. What other platforms am I on? Just YouTube. I used to be on BitChute and I'm not on BitChute anymore because it was confusing me on how to go live on there. Um, so I didn't go live on there. I go live on Rumble, but it's such a dead site. There is no people on there, no new people on there. So I don't go live on there anymore. But I am on Facebook, but under my real name because I've had the same Facebook since 2010. But I'm mostly on YouTube. And oh. Hi, other person who just liked my video. I appreciate you. That's my YouTube, I'm pretty sure. Let me double make sure. Oh, yeah. That's my video right now. Okay. Yep, that's my YouTube. Check out the song Drive. You might like it. Okay. That's what they said. He said too. Alright, okay. Do you also want my Gap? I mean, I don't. It's such a dead site though. And I made it to like 60 some odd subscribers on there and then it just died. I wish I knew how to make this bigger. Okay. There's no fixing this. I don't know. But I can always get it to work at nighttime. But sometime during the day, it doesn't work anymore. But are has anybody got any questions for me, real quick? Because a lot of you are new here. Like, do you want to know anything about me before you decide if you're coming back or not? Because I mean, I feel like as much as I want to know you, you should probably know me also. So, you know, hit me with your best shot. Yeah, hit me with your best shot. Oh, and sometimes I'll wear the same shirt for like 5 days. My therapist calls it depression. I just don't want to be cold. But she said that's a symptom of depression. And I said, I don't have that shit. I just forget to change my clothes and I don't want to be cold because my house feels like an igloo. Who? Sheriff Hector, are you still here? Oh, Spaz, are you still here? Are people still here? Are we ready to go? Oh, yeah, I remember. Sheriff Hector, with your brain injuries, are you a fall risk? Like what they call a fall risk, and you can't walk by yourself or shower by yourself or have trouble putting bras on, you know? Like, is that a you problem also? Because I can't take a shower by myself. I have to talk Dustin into letting me get in the shower with him. But he washes my hair. He's so nice. He like splits it into little parts and washes one part at a time. And it's like, it takes 45 minutes to wash my fucking hair now. Where before it took no minutes. I lose my balance real easy though. Y- Yeah. Yeah. And you know what I don't understand is I am a fall risk. But Dustin bought like a 74-inch flat screen TV. Yeah. I'm a giant ass fall risk, so buy a giant ass thin TV. I don't go into the living room because of that TV. And I definitely don't go by myself in the Dustin's living room. Shoot. I'll wear a shirt for 3 days. Yes, apparently it does. Yeah. Because apparently, like, when people are depressed, like, they don't change their clothes, they won't take a shower. It's like, maybe that person just doesn't want to be cold. After I would fall over if I stood up too fast. Yeah, something about the blood pressure gets all fucked up. Yeah. But I tell you what, though, ever since my brain injury, I can't smoke indica without fucking getting sick. Yeah. If I smoke too much indica, forget about it. So I have to have sativa, but it's more expensive. So I still get hybrid. It might as well just be indica. And like it's something. I'm just lazy. Yeah. I also blame it on that. Like, I don't want to lift my arms over my head. What are you what are you talking about? I don't want to bend over. I don't want to change my pants. See, sativa, it makes me feel a lot better, a lot more active. But dude, I have been so inactive lately that my butt cheek hurts. Like, I've been complaining about my butt cheek hurting for weeks. Hold on. Oh, you're over here now. Hi. Hi, Prairie Fire. How do you say that? Mad Poog? Mad Poog. Is that a bug? It sounds like a bug. Medbug. Or is it one of those French words that means threesome? Something like that. Medbug. Oh, and also, new people, everybody watching. I have a tendency to be highly offensive when I read these Bibles. And if you're not into God having ADHD, it's probably not the best place for you to stay. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I have a lot of brain injuries and I'm uncontrollable, and I think I can talk to God. So, if you're down with that. Uh, yeah, the indica, I don't, maybe it gets me too high or something, but like, oh, THCA, that THCA, I smoked that one time and felt like my knees were biting my legs off. Yeah, I can't smoke that THCA shit. Mad is from wherever. Oh, MAD. Are you Irish? That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Okay, good night. I'll see you tonight, hopefully. 10 o'clock. I do this with the real Bible at 10 o'clock. Yep. So make sure you come. And everybody else, what are you guys thinking? Is it time to go? Sheriff Hector, do you got any questions for me, real quick, before we go? Who else is here? I don't know. There's people here, probably. Uh, yeah. Wait, what am I doing? Wrong one. Oh, there's a couple people here. Or it says like there's a couple people here. I don't know. Is Miss Muddy still here? No, but I have to go do laundry. So do I. So do I. So I want to tell everybody good night. No, not good night. It's not nighttime. But have a good day. I love y'all. Yeah. But see, I wish I had a closure for like right now. Like at nighttime, it's like give the pillow some head. But here in the daytime, uh, yeah, go have a quickie with Nikki. It, that's what I tell Dawson. Do you want a quickie with Nikki? I don't know. So go have a quickie and then a cigarette and hit a bowl and have a good time. Okay, so we're all out of here. I love you guys so much. Miss Muddy, I